Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So on the Ether chart, the price did climb higher. Actually, it did climb to my next target at 2,448. In the previous video earlier today, I highlighted to you that it seems quite likely that the price will form another high. We looked at the micro count. I'm going to zoom in a minute. So that all happened. So let's take a look at that in a minute. Let's take a look at support. But first of all, bigger picture. It's worth to remind everybody that we have two scenarios here still on the chart. It is a day where we have a lot of uncertainty. Ether, I explained it yesterday in the video. Why is ETH moving so strongly? It's because of the ETH BTC chart. ETH BTC is potentially turning around, but it's very early. It's very early, but I talked about that in yesterday's video. That's the technical aspect. Also, that's the technical aspect when we compare ETH BTC. But on the ETH USD chart, we are either possibly in a wave 2, but nearly done, or the wave 2 is already finished. And the third wave should take us to $3,000, $4,000 and beyond. So I explained that many times. There should be a surge at some point. Maybe it started already, but then we should get 5 waves first and a 3-wave pullback. Or if not, then we drop a little bit lower into the support area and then we start the third wave. So I'd like to be positioned for the third. It depends literally on a few parameters now, which of these scenarios is going to unfold. Explained in the previous video that the structures haven't changed. I just changed the colors to make the white wave count, which is the directly bullish one, in line with what Bitcoin is doing. So WXY, explained that in the last two videos already. This could have completed a wave 2 correction, and we're basically now moving up in the third wave. This structure the price would have formed the running flat in a WXY structure in white in wave 2, and we're basically now in the third wave that can take us to $3,000 and beyond. But within the third wave, we have 5 waves, and this would be the wave 1, a leading diagonal. But we only have 3 waves up so far, so it's still technically possible that we have a WXY structure where the Y wave goes lower, and this is an A, B, C structure. But due to the break of the high that happened today, this is the less likely scenario, but not unlikely, just the second most likely one. And it just depends on the support level. So as the trend is up of the January lows, we can focus on the white count at the moment, but it's not a trustworthy structure. Well, let's go to the 30-minute chart. So the yellow count is basically the one that needs to stay on the chart for risk management. Because what would happen if we break down? Well, it's like the C wave down that can send us back to 2020, maybe even a little lower. But there is a support level that needs to hold to avoid that. So what it tells us basically in this diagonal that we're tracking to the upside, if the support level breaks at 2,274, this increases significantly the likelihood that we're coming down in the C wave. It's not the full confirmation, but it will increase the likelihood. Best confirmation will be a break below 2,171, the wave 2 low, because that's really the invalidation point of the white scenario. But probabilities start to shift below 2,274. And the wave 1 did what it needed to do. It's a 3-wave move. The only way now to consider further upside is with this diagonal, because it's not impulsive. We had a wave 2 pullback. The wave 3 is clearly a 3-wave move. In the last video, I showed you a micro count where we said, okay, wave A is done of wave 3. Wave B is done. The wave C could get one more high because we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5th wave might have happened today. Even though the microstructure is also here a little messy, but it formed another high. And yeah, what I'm watching for now is potentially at any point a pullback, but extensions are always possible. So the idea or the perspective has to be, by the way, actually there's 4 probably finished here. The perspective has to be climbing higher against 2,274. If there is a pullback, these are the support levels. At the moment, they have to move together with the price, right? But at the moment, it's 2,386, 2,343, 2,308, and 2,275. And as long as this level is holding down there, 2,275 or 4, a fifth wave up is a reasonable expectation. And only if the market gives us those 5 waves up, we can basically reduce the likelihood significantly for the yellow count, because a yellow B wave is a 3-wave move. But if we get clear 5 waves, this is going to be far less likely. We are above support now, so it makes sense to focus on white until it invalidates. Please remember, it's not a very trustworthy structure, and later today, depending on what happens, hopefully not another hacked SEC account, but whatever happens, we have 2 scenarios with clearly defined parameters that we can watch, and we can watch the levels. So that's my update about Ether. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.